my god, I can't speak. Ugh. Hey everybody, I'm Catherine and I am coming at you today from my back deck because it's honestly too nice to stay inside. So I have my umbrella up, I am sitting on some comfy furniture, and I am coming at you with a tag. So Alexis at Shelf Life Extension tagged me in the Sisters of the World Vloggers Awards tag. Now say that one 10 times fast. And basically what it is she has asked 10 questions to the people that she tagged, myself being one of them, and she answered 10 questions from the person she was tagged from, so each person makes up new questions for the people that they tag after. So here are the questions she asked and tagged me to do, which thank you, because that's pretty awesome. Question number 1, what do you usually end up using as a bookmark? I love bookmarks. Honestly, I do. I find lately I've been reading everything on audiobook, so I use Overdrive and I use Audible, both which have built-in bookmarks, which is awesome. But when I read physical books, I either don't use a bookmark at all, and I keep track on like Goodreads for what page I last left off on, or if I really need a bookmark, I use the wrapping from a straw from Starbucks. Yeah, that's 9 times out of 10 if I have a bookmark, that's what it is. Occasionally I'll have like a book outlet bookmark that they sent with the last order that I've received, and I'll sometimes use it if I can find it, but yeah, I'm really bad at like keeping track of really nice bookmarks, so I tend to just not use them because I can't find them. Question number 2. If you had the power to bring characters into our world, who would you bring out first? I think it's safe to say that I would probably bring out someone currently, right now, who could be my dates to weddings this upcoming wedding season. Consequently, then of course just be my boyfriend, and then who I could marry. Yeah. Honestly though, I think I'd like to bring out someone from like Hunger Games or the His Fair Assassin trilogy or any of Gail Carriger's books who aren't modern day characters. They're either in some dystopian set future or they're from the past, who don't have all the modern technologies, and then just let them loose in the Apple Store, because that would be really fun to watch. Question number 3, what TV show / movie adaptation did you think was slightly, if not more so, better than the actual book? Normally, I do enjoy the book far more than the movie, but there have been a couple instances. For example, I liked A Walk to Remember the movie better than the book. I actually kind of like Anne of Green Gables the movie better than the book. Yeah. I feel like that's kind of like blasphemous on being a Canadian, and I should have my like passport revoked, but that's the case. The 100 TV show is actually much better than the books in my opinion, and simply because it went in a different direction. There's just more that happens. I feel like the trilogy of the books pretty much could have been condensed down into like one book. A large book, but one book. Mostly I do enjoy the book far more than the movie or TV show. Actually, The Vampire Diaries was better as a TV show than the book as well, but I think that's just because the book is so, at this point, outdated that it was just easier to relate to, and then they did more because the books were kind of like blah. But there's a lot that happens in the TV show, even though I am far behind, and I think I've only watched like the first 3 seasons. How many seasons are there now anyway? Question number 4. What do you want to see more of in the books that you read? Do you have to be so loud? I think I'd like to see more like friendship-based things going on. It doesn't always have to be romance. I'd like to see less stupid girls. I mean, honestly, like, the girls all seem to be incredibly stupid until that, like, switch goes off about 75% of the way through the book. Like, if you weren't an idiot, this would have been over a lot faster. Which actually probably would have made for a very short book, but regardless. I hate stupid people. I don't know. I mean, I read such a variety of books to begin with. I'm kind of getting all I want out of them. So other than those, there's not really that much. No. Question number 5. What is your general plan of attack when you enter a bookstore? My general plan of attack is try not to enter the bookstore, because if I do enter the bookstore, I spend money, a lot of it. So I try to avoid as much as possible, because honestly, that's the best way I find. It's like abstinence, right? Like, if you don't do it, it's not gonna happen. That was cheesy. But I usually, when I do enter a bookstore with the intent on buying something, I am geared with my phone and the mindset that I'm only going to spend like X amount of dollars. Question number 6. How have your reading choices / habits changed since joining BookTube? To be completely honest, since joining BookTube, my habits really haven't changed. But if we rewind to when I joined the book blogging community, what was it, like five years ago? 5 years ago sounds about right. All of a sudden, my tiny little library grew to a very large library, and I was constantly buying books because I was being introduced to them sooner. I was receiving books from publishers to read before they were released. I was going to places and conventions like Book Expo America. The Book Blogger Ontario meetup was this month, which I missed because I had to work, and stuff like that. So all of a sudden I'm introduced more, and I become not just a regular reader, but a reader who does it with a mission to read all the books because all the books sound amazing. I started participating in events like the debut challenge, or the debut author challenge, and other such challenges online. So it just kind of exploded. If anything, since joining BookTube, I have grown up more. I own my own home, I'm in school, I'm working, so there's just more going on. So all of that has kind of decreased, especially the book buying. Question number 7. If you started your own publishing company, what types of books and authors would you sign to your label? So I've worked in customer service a really long time, and I'm part of the booktubing community. So I personally feel, and this may not actually be the truth, but internally I feel like I've developed quite a knack for business sense, because I see how people run stuff how it shouldn't be run, and I've seen how people run stuff where it's a success. So I like to think myself a pretty good entrepreneur. So if I were to start a publishing company, I would first and foremost try and poach all authors who I know would bring in sales. Dream list would be like George R.R. Martin, James Patterson, Danielle Steele, who else? Basically all of those like top 20 authors whose books are sold in like drugstores and Walmart and other places that are not just bookstores. They're on the New York Times lists in the top spots. I would try and poach them. I probably wouldn't have the money to do so, but this is a dream. So we're gonna pretend that that happens. So I get them, I would then lose my soul, go to straight to hell, and have everybody hating me for stealing all their top authors and books. I could live with that. The books that I would want, because like honestly, for most of those authors, I don't give a rat's about their books. I just want them to make money for my company. So then I can produce books that I do want. So I would want new adult and young adult in contemporary, science fiction, fantasy, and horror. So pretty much encompassing a lot of it. I would want different types of books that are not your stereotypes necessarily. I want a couple of the stereotypes because we got to appeal to a large audience, but I want the stuff that's new and fresh that I can then market on places like BookTube and really get the word out on it. Question number 8. What is a ship that you never wanted to see set sail? I was Team Jacob. I never wanted her with Edward. I thought he was annoying. I thought he sparkled, which he did. I mean, so it wasn't just my thoughts. I thought he was possessive and horrible. I always wanted Jacob to end up with Bella. And then I read the last book and I was like, screw you all. I don't know. There are a couple of trilogies, like A.G. Howard's Wonderland series, where I haven't read the 3rd book, so I don't know how it ends. So I don't know if my ship sailed or not. Or if I saw the ship I didn't want to see set sail. So, yeah. Question number 9. How do you usually react to people who say they don't like to read? First I ask if they're human. Then I politely ask if they're capable of reading. Then I ask if they've ever tried audiobooks. And then I ask what they've tried to read. And then I force other books onto them and make them read. That's pretty much usually how it goes. And I keep trying until I find something that they do like and convert readers that way. That's just how I roll. Question number 10. Pick a book you want to see made as a TV show or movie and dreamcast it. You realize how hard this question is? Because I want like all the books to be made into TV shows or movies. Like all of them. This question is too hard. So do I dreamcast? With the popularity of The Walking Dead, I would like to see Mira Grant's Feed trilogy brought to the small screen. I think it would make an awesome TV show. It has the length and the pacing. I think that would be good for TV. There's just too much to cover that could be smooshed into a movie. So maybe a mini-series as opposed to a full TV show, but never a movie. I would want... Can't think of any famous actors. Let's see. For Georgia, I would want someone who was like super cool, really snarky, could do that really well. I'd like Felicia Day to actually be in this. Who could she be? She could be Bex. Felicia Day would be an awesome Bex, for sure. Can't actually remember what Bex looks like, but Felicia Day would be awesome at Bex. Like, remember Felicia Day in the 2nd season of Dollhouse? Yeah, like that was cool. Oh, I would definitely want Joss Whedon to produce this. So, the usual full cast of Joss Whedon stuff would be in it. That would be awesome, because I love them. They're all amazing. I would want the guy who played the tech dude in Dollhouse, whose name I am totally spacing on. I would want him to be someone. He could be someone awesome on their team. Someone has to play Buffy. Who could play Buffy aside from Sarah Michelle Gellar? Smart and blonde. Who is smart and blonde? Ooh. The girl who plays Clark in The 100 could play Buffy. That would actually be pretty cool. And she could even add in the accent if she wanted. Because I would be okay with Buffy with an Australian accent. If not, like, an American one would be fine as well. Sean would just have to be drop dead gorgeous. He could be an unknown. You could take, like, a Calvin Klein type model and make him into Sean. Because that would be super cool. Oh! You know who could play Sean? The bun guy from Instagram. You know that guy? The guy that's famous for the man bun? He would be good for Sean. That would actually be pretty awesome. I would watch that. I mean, I would pretty much watch anything that Joss Whedon does. So he always has really kick-ass females, and George is definitely one of those. She fits the bill. So it's perfect. It's like a match made in heaven. Someone in Hollywood needs to do this. So I don't know in full who I'm going to tag to do this. I'd like to see some of my blogger girls actually doing this. So Megan, you're trying to make more videos, you're tagged to do this. And I'm pretty much going to force you, even if I have to drive to your house, sit down next to you, set up the camera, and make you do this. So you've been warned. I want some bloggers and I want some booktubers. So aside from the lovely Megan, who I will link down below, I'm going to also just go through, pick some people. If you've done it already, that's cool, because you can do it again. It'll be different questions. It's like a whole new tag. That is the beauty of doing this tag. I'll probably tweet at you that you got tagged, and then I'll stalk your video feed to see when you do it, because I will want to see it. Thank you again, Alexis, for tagging me to do this video. It was super difficult and a lot of decision making, and now I have to go and actually think of the damn questions, which is going to be the hardest part. Not really. I have a couple already in mind. And if you made it to the end of this, because I'm looking at the screen and it's been filming for quite a while, I'll try and trim it down. Thank you for watching through to the end. And if you liked it, you can always hit that subscribe button. That would be appreciated. I feel loved when that happens. I'm not gonna lie. And until next time, guys, happy reading. Fucking bird.